Yes, there we are again. And welcome back to this third, a third, sixth part of the Roman development stream. Um, and today we have the circus on program, and that's basically it. Hopefully, part one and also part number two. And let's see what we got. Before we go in, we'll start up my server and show you how to call it, the stream of last week, which was a bit, um, it didn't go according to plan. I had some struggles with the building, basically because I pushed one button halfway or something, so that messed up the entire build. Hopefully, that's not gonna happen today. So, while you guys are tuning in, hopefully a few more, I will start up um, my server and open Rome to show you guys some stuff. Let's see, regions and Rome. Yeah, and last Saturday you could already have seen the new blog about the campaign, and both P, Jill, and Riken and some others are putting a lot of work in it, Andy as well, um, and it's getting shape. I already played a few quests and they look great. The idea behind them is well thought. Some new concepts, so not just looking around the entire map and searching for one or two leftover units, but yeah, the ones I've played were um, short, but due to that, very nice to play. So that's yeah, I like that approach. Something new compared to maybe the Greek and um, the Eggy campaign. So I started up my server, so let's also put on the screen share so you can actually see what I'm doing. And there we go. Also put open chat so I can see when you guys ask me something. So again, feel free to ask any question about or Rome or the campaign or anything we are working on. Um, yeah, and I try to answer all your questions, at least if I'm in the option to answer them. So here we are, and this is the import of the palace from the last couple of weeks. It's a little bit slow due to the zoom again, but okay. Let's close this one. And what we have now is the palace. So part 1, 2 times part 2, and 2 times part 3. I've in what I had last week was this part, but I with an open roof. This time I just uh, filled up the roof, so it's a bit more in line with the other buildings around. But also it's a bit easier later on to make this part here and to fit it in as well. There, have to fix this thing, so this building can be partly inside the cliff, but okay. And this time it will be part to just mill the circus. Before modeling it, I will see if we can get some reference buildings. Then what do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not this one. Looking for the Spartan one to just get a basic idea of the shape of the scale of the building. And it seems like the arena is not that bad. Let's see when we push in 3 of them, what we got then. 1, 2, like that, and then number 3 around here. That will fill the space, so 3 will be enough. The height, let's see, that is, I think, what do you think? This is high enough, this thingy, and then the offcut parts. Thank out for changing the stream name. I wanted to ask you, but you are doing it faster than I asked. So, what I personally have in mind is the height of the circus like this. Then the front tower is maybe the same height as this yeah, how do you call it, this thingy here. And then the other side with the entrance building, the Imperial building, yeah, maybe the same height as this tent part. So let's import this one. Oh, I see a question. Should they blah 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 blah? 3 arenas kind of simulate a hippodromo. Hippodromo. No idea what it is. Let's type it in. Now I'm curious. Hippodromo. Image. Does it show me something or? Oh, hippodromo. Is that a horse arena? Because yes, the Circus Maximus is basically a kind of hippodromo then. Because I have here one of the images of it. Let's open the first one. This one is maybe the best. And this is then basically the Circus Maximus. I know this is not the Circus Maximus because the palace is not in. What do we have different then? Yeah, this one as well. This one is the Maximus. With here the palace, the round shape, as we have it over here. This iconic part. And then we have some subsections, and then this one, the open roof one, is translated into these corner parts. And then yeah, this part in front of Maximus is a kind of oversized Colosseum with, and where is it? Oh, also this one is not the most accurate. I'm looking for one extra building, and you can see it in here, slightly small, but this thing is the Imperial entrance connected to the palace, but also where the senators and the wow, now I forgot the name again of this, where the yeah, where Caesar or the other leaders are can visit the Maximus. So these towers was what I'm talking about around the second height. This one will be a little bit higher, and then these steps will be the same height as this one. So let's start a blender. Yeah, so chariot races basically, yeah. But also some other things, some large scale events. So let's start a blender and also load in the Greek arena. Hope I can find it that fast. It is inside the capital folder, and then it should be the War Council or the Spartan Arena. And I don't see a Spartan, then I have to look at the War Council. Ooh, not this one. War Council, also not this one. Then maybe I miss one. Arena then? It can also be Arena. Oh, it is just called the Arena. So let's import this one in Blender so we can get a shape or an idea of the reference. Okay, and we are gonna do that by loading the download folder and simply drag this thing in, and we got the FBX back. Okay, there we go. Let's import the, I see a message, but I will open it on my cell phone so you don't have to see all my Discord messages. Guess it's from P, yeah. Oh, don't need it anymore. because Wout already changed the name. But maybe he likes to join. Let's ask him. See if he likes to. Okay, and let's open the building. Import FBX, and then it was under. Yeah, here's the shortest one. Buildings, Celeste, Civ Creek, Buildings, Arena. Oh, first capital, then Arena, and Arena FBX. There we go. It is in. Then let's also import the Imperial Palace part number 3. There we go. FX, there we go. And put this to a closer window so I can open your. Yep, senators. Yeah, basically they had a roof. They had the guarded place to watch the Maximus, or at least the event inside the Maximus. And last week I already talked about the roof shape on top of the Maximus, but we will get it out. So what's the plan? Is Maximus like Arena, Colosseum style one, or both? Basically, the Maximus is a kind of Colosseum, but shaped for different events. And you guys have already seen the Colosseum, that's this one. Oh, let's put out the minimap for a second. So this one is the official wonder of the Romans. Okay, yeah. Oh, let's import that one as well. Maybe you can take some shapes of this thingy. And the Maximus is an oversized thing. Yeah, the Maximus is specially designed for Rome, and Colosseum-like things were more often in the Roman Empire. Yeah, of course we only know the Colosseum because that's basically the biggest one, and there were a lot of cut-off shapes, so a half circle arena, and that was then more for theaters and for plays. So I was gonna open the Wonder as well. So we don't have an FBX, so let's make that as well, and then we can basically start modeling. Wonder L4. Yeah, L4 is basically the name of the age when this comes in. That's easier for the tech tree and for getting an idea about the civilization. And also every unit has an L1 or an L0 to an L4 version, and that is linked to the gear. So the L4 version is the legendary version, and the L0 is the non-geared one. GX. And one of the best ones is maybe here, the L0 version of the Centurion. And you guys have all seen the L4 version, which is way more badass than this, yeah, 0 geared one. But okay, let's go back to design. First of all, I'm gonna give myself a better reference, but 0, 1, and that is by duplicating this building inside itself. Edit, merge by different distance, shift. That is 0.1 will not do it. 0.2 maybe then. Yeah, 0.08. This is fine. And also one on the other side, like that. So this is basically the footprint. Now let's make a real footprint out of this and see what we need for the corners. Like this, split it off. so there. Okay, and let's give it a kind of round shape to just get the idea. Doesn't need to be perfect, simply because we're gonna mold it at a different file. But it's basically like this. Then I'm gonna give myself again a height. Oh, okay. Then we need to select these ones as well. Q, Q, Z. So this height we talked about, and offset edge. Last streamer was annoying that there wasn't an offset, so this time I just imported the uh, the add-on offset. Or do I need the other one? I need the other one. And where was it located? Nah, okay, we can do it with the other, which is just the basic one, which is just an. It is just for reference, like that, and that's it. And now we can get rid of this thing again. So here we go, and this is our basic shape. Let's see if we reacted. He did, but uh, let's see. Okay, so the basic shape is here. What I did wrong is that I need to rotate it 180 degrees, because here are the towers located and there's the round shape located. Okay, let's start now officially with the build. I had one start last week, but it was just basically a rough start, and that was during my not that happy time. So let's basically do it again, and this time better. So first of all, I'm gonna copy the stairs here. I'm not sure what I will do. If I will start with the with real stairs, or that I will start with what we did here, because inside the Colosseum we don't have real stairs. It's just an angled surface, and for the arena here we do have steps. But I guess that I will have two slopes, so I will stick with this, I guess. Can give it a little bit more profile, but also keeping it low resolution, or at least try to keep it low resolution, and it will never happen because it will always go way too big. But okay, like this. And as well important for now is to get all of these ones lined up. Oh, I don't need it. I can do it differently. I need to select them all again. Merge by difference. There we go. Shift D, G, A, scale X of scale I -1, GX, GI. Like that. And merge by difference again. First of all, let's check the overlay, then the, where was it? Face, yeah, here. That saves me a lot of problems in the end. And then normal's flipped. There we go. And now we can merge these guys. Put it a little bit higher, then they, yeah, now they merge. 80 verticals or 60 verticals, that's it. Yep, great. There we go. Okay, let's put on this one. And view again. Okay, time to give shape then again. I have this width, so I can make it a bit. Let's see. This line is for the top surface, and when I do this, yep. Let's set one thing as well. Will help me again a lot, I guess. I hope so. G. No. No. Whoa. This is going all the way. Where was it? Here it is. Shift. No. Yes, Shift S. This. So cursor to world origin and then location again. Because what I can do now is set a mirror, and with a mirror, yeah, I get both sides as one. So I only have to model one thing. And now I'm also thinking about this. I will likely make two parts, so part one and part two. And last time I said that I want to put a middle section as part one, and then a cutoff part for part number two. But now I think about it again, I will likely make one section which is this entire one, and the other side as a part number two. So part one has the circle in, and part two has the gate in. That makes it also more. Oh, sadly P can't join. He's not at his laptop at the moment. But okay, not a problem. Maybe later on. Maybe another time. Another time. Also, Chaos is at work at the moment, so also he can't join. I see Phyllis is online. Maybe he likes to. Let's see. Okay. Let's get back to modeling. Now also put on an eye mirror. Not that important at the moment, but it gives us again like that a slightly better overview of the building. Let's put it out. Else I will get four of these color schemes in, which is maybe a little bit too much. Okay. Add it again, and let's stretch this boy. Still there. Then also put it in the middle. And this is likely already a okay start. This one was the best reference. Also no roof on it, and that's the approach we're going to take. Okay, so we have these thingies. Yeah. I want to give a little bit more depth to the building, so let's stretch these guys inwards a bit, like that, and these ones in. Now we already have a kind of building like this, and that's the theater. I hope it's the theater. Yep. So we also could have used a building like this, but it doesn't fit at all with the level of detail. But yeah, it is the same kind of approach with round shape, but then our version will be way more detailed than this old thing. Not as bad, but it's just made for old graphics, and the Romans are, yeah, slightly made for the current graphics of our time, and not the one of 10, 12 years ago. But okay, let's get back to it. I see my clipping is on, let's put that off as well. Humans, la 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 la, 001. Get rid of it for the rest of the time. Okay. And now what I want different here. Um, 7. Yes, I'm just gonna lay out this thing. I'm gonna leave a gap, and I will explain that once. Oh, once made, once laid out these pieces. This will do it. Time to start on the round shape, like this, and am I gonna do it manually? I can do it with a tool, but nah. Let's do it manually. It doesn't need to be that much time. Likely the other one will take more time. Rotate 45 degrees, like that, and rotate this one 22.5 degrees. This one here, this one over there. Slightly more so they are the same size, like that. And rotate you then 45 degrees, and then we should almost fine. We're gonna fix this by, let's see. Oh, hey. Changing this thing a little bit, and then changing this one to around there, and this one here. And then turn on the clipping inside the mirror, and it's here. And by clipping it, I can't go through my mirror. So now this is one thing. And that's easy when I merge it together. Then also these verticals will automatically be merged together. And now I don't have to bother again about lining stuff out because it's automatically lined. So let's get the shape to its final form. And it's almost fine like this then. And there we go. There it is. So this will be then the inside of part number 1. And now we only have to make these in between parts. And I left it over because I want to make a kind of transport route. And I want to do that with making a small gate over here. And maybe it's a gate over there. So let's drag in. Oh, or is it? Oh, it's not merged here. Whoop. Merge by distance. Like this. There we go. No, now it's. Can we take another building then? We can work with this. Just need to delete some stuff, but okay. This one. And Shift D to duplicate it. And now get rid of all the non-needed arches. And oh, that's fine. Because this will be enough. Verticals on this side, yes. Verticals here. Is this enough? I see a tip coming in. I will read it once done. Okay. There we go. Can I give you a very tip for those verticals? Pretty hard to select. You see to select those instead of using B because it's clearly C is the area select. So there's this one, and you can make it bigger. So that's easy for this one, that's true. But what I normally do is by, let's do it like this. What I normally do is just basically select them the old-fashioned way, and then later on use the L tool to select all the other stuff. But yeah, the C tool is a very useful one, so thanks for letting me know. Most of the time I forget that one. So, and now let's select all of this. Or let's use the C tool for now, because it's a good tip and it is useful in this situation. So let's delete these ones first. Try it again. So yeah, thanks for letting me know this one, reminding me to another approach. That's great. As is it dead? Like this. Then get rid of the perspective view for now. Let's line these ones out. Rotate. And then we need, it's like, this is enough to work with it. Rotate 180 degrees. But, oh, clipping off for now. Then we can swap it, clipping on again. Okay. What we need to do is, this is what I was hoping for. It is one edge, except for these ones here. Scale x-axis 0 and make it like that. So now this is perfectly in line with what we're gonna do here. What did the Maximus have? Did it have a kind of gate there? No, it doesn't have one here. It has one there, very small, and then also one here. So let's put them in. Let's see if we can find the right spot. Don't know if they actually walked down or if they walked up the stairs to go to the seat. I expect walking up, because else you first have to walk up to the gate and then walk down again, and that is a bit weird to do. So then we need it like this. It will also help with the other shapes. Get it in the air, get it over there, and get it lined up. This thing, we don't need you anymore because we're gonna do you in one go. And here we have it. Then we're gonna merge you together for now and export like this. It's gonna be a small gate, but we don't have an option. We can't make it that much big. Here we go. And one here to give us the proportions right. There we go. And there we have it. And this is what we're gonna copy, but first we're gonna make these in-between parts. So let's merge you together. Let's merge you together. Let's merge these together then. the roof can be merged there. Yes, that's fine. Then we're gonna model this inside a different mesh. I'll up E down set 60 G0 like this. We need to deform it a bit to give it a more Age of Empires online style. So that's what we're gonna do now. Slightly disform it, and also here slightly deformation like that. Then do we need another deformation? Yes. We're gonna drag these ones in, and that is deformation enough. Okay. Can we? Yeah, let's do this one as well. And go over there. Delete its face because we're not gonna need it. These ones are unwrapped. These ones are unwrapped. I'm gonna unwrap this guy as well for now, because it will be annoying to do later on. You unwrap what it gives me. It gives me an ugly shape. So let's do it properly then for now. And here as well, one from view. There we go. That's way better. And then the top can be in one go. Smooth it up. Okay, and delete the bottom, because that will be never visible. Also this one will be never visible, and this one as well. Face. Okay, there we go. And let's move it back into place. And that's it. Now duplicate it to the other side. And that's it. Let's deform this one as slightly different. And I forgot to check fill. Let's see what he has to say, because I see some notifications in my Discord. A stream to talk about animations. Talk about animations. So, let's see. In the meantime, we're gonna work further, and we're gonna put you. There's likely we can delete some things because we have a slightly different area to cover. So yeah, we can delete the overhang here. And thanks to the great tip, we're gonna use the C again, just to use it because it's a good tip. Now, sadly, Phil can't also join, so that means I have to do it again, or at least have to do it alone. And B. No problem at all. We can still make something great out of it. So this one is in. I want to do something with the front, so let's see what I do here. They have again a wall with some banners there. We can do something like that. So that means that we gonna exaggerate it a little bit, and we're gonna do that by first of all, what will help to neglect that clipping thing is by dragging this one over, so we don't need to cross again. Okay, and let's select this thingy. That was not intentionally, that was
this, rotate it fine like that, over here. Now we're gonna, come on, I don't want this perspective on, over there and down, and we have the guide in. Didn't I reach the bottom with my design? No, I didn't. Oh, that is stupid. Let's fix that right now. Scale that. There we go. Okay. Now scale you up because I want you to have the same height as our border. Z axis. Don't want to scale you up that much. I want to scale you. This is better. Okay. Like this. Like that. And then one over here as well. And then slightly inward so it's half inside the wall. And we're gonna put one as well halfway. Oh, that was not duplicated, okay. And then also one here. And don't bother about these things. They will be filled later on during the stream. Okay. Then we're gonna need a kind of filament. Yes. Select these ones. Not you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shift D, G, up. Scale XG. And let's keep it not that much polies inside, so not that much polies to not give you a city which is basically unloadable in the end. So this is enough. And copy it as well to the second level over there. And that's the same reason why we're not gonna need. Do we need this? We likely will not need it. Now we don't need a face over here because it will never be visible inside the angle of the game. Okay. And that's it for this one. Time to copy him over to where the second gate will be located. And that is over there. Okay. Copy you as well. Then we need to look more in detail, so we're gonna skip this line. Yes, like that. Move you out of the way for a second. Else we can't merge our stuff properly. Here. So these ones F. These ones. This one. This one. This one. No. That one. This one. F. Like that. And then also these. F and F. And by the way, thanks. Aleodri for liking this building so far. What the hell is this blob? Is it normal problems or not? Because if it's a normal problem, we're gonna get rid of it. No, it's not. Then it is a normal problem, but it's fixable with a normal map. Okay. And let's do the same thing here. X-axis up. And here as well. X-axis inwards. And then we need to round this shape. And again, we're gonna do it manually so that because it is just that not that much of a not that large, not that building is not that large, so it's not that much time to just do it manually. Also, we'll do it with the modifier. There something went wrong. Yes. And there are some modifiers in which give you the option to array a mesh or to curve it alongside the curve. There we go. But that's only something that I do if I'm building a larger building or a more complex shape. Merge by distance till we have 16 merged units. 0, 14, yes, because we don't have another shape. Merge you as well, hopefully do it again. 14, that is it. Then what is merged now? All of this is merged, so that's perfect. That's perfect as well. Bob Ross, we don't make mistakes, just little accidents, so no problem. Yep. Great that its spirit is still alive for you guys. Even when he doesn't make his videos anymore, he still is a phenomenon. The one and only Bob Ross. And the same thing as he does, what I do as well, is making a lot of happy little trees. When you can't solve a problem, wow, you just plant little happy trees, and that will solve all your little mistakes. Let's go like that. So there we go. And don't bother about these thingies. That's all something we're gonna fix in normal map. Flat. Oh, that looks horrible. No, let's keep it like that. Okay. That means that we have the inside of part number 1 that goes pretty fast. Also metal like, yeah. It is the inbuilt thing and I can put it off here. No, it's not a problem at all. It's this thing here. And I can put this one on diffuse. And this one as well on diffuse. That will also help inside the thing. But yeah, it is part of the what you call it as well. The metal material, the shiny material, but also the in-game rendering of Blender. But no, it's not a problem at all during export. The only thing that's important for exporting is that these ones are set well, so that everything is blue and not red. Because if something is not blue, oh, I have an example of it in game where I haven't fixed it, and it is a tower, And it is not the Roman fortified tower, not this one as well, not this one. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. How is it called? Oh, I have it in my map. I don't have to search for it here. Toggle minimap. It's here. And yes, it is here. You can see it over here. I need to check this building because some faces like this one are not visible, and that is because the normals are in the wrong direction. So that's basically the only thing you have to take in mind, that faces are looking at the wrong direction. Uh, yes, that is... Ah, wow, thanks P for giving me the right name. It's Roman Cap Post. Roman Cap Post. Arrow Cap Post. Oh, Cap, sorry. Yes, Roman Cap Post. There it is. So yeah, these here, mistakes. Yeah, mistakes. Here one as well. This one, not that big, but it's good. You came up with the question because I have to fix the building as well. Did I miss something? No, you didn't miss anything. It's just basically making the building of the Roman Maximus. So we have part one of part one, and now we need to make the outside shape. Let's get rid of our hide it. It's better. Hide our thingy. And for the next thing, yes, for this one we're gonna try the array. Don't use it for shapes like this, but okay, we're gonna try it out. Adding a curve for now will help. Just show you some options of Blender. First of all, let's position you at the right spot. And rotate 90 degrees, so 180 degrees. 180 degrees, so there we go. Oh, this is the end. Then this one needs to be somewhere else. I need you. Yeah. Yeah, that's not entirely true, Aleodri. It can't always be fixed with the automatic normal reorientation. It normally works with a lot of stuff, so you don't see the problem with, at least not with solid meshes, but in our game the normals and basically the oh, basically all of our buildings in here. Sorry. 90 degrees. Can I get you right? No. I can get you rid of this one. GI. See if we can get a perfectly round shape, and it's almost fine here. But you have to get back on your point. 9 out of 10 times the normal fixed orientation works. This will do it, okay. So forget what I'm doing here, it will be visible later on. Now I'm gonna make one section, and for the section we're gonna look at our inspiration, our reference. So columns, an in-between part, and a third, let's call it the box part. And the box part can be copied as well from our Colosseum. Yes, that's this part, and let's duplicate it. GI. Not what I hoped for. It's also not unwrapped properly. Okay. Then get use of most of this stuff. No, I'm gonna do this slightly different. It's not a one continuous loop? Ah, goddamn, that is annoying. It is not a loop. God damn it. Damn it, that was not what I'm hoping for. Then we're gonna do it manually. I need this one. Let's get you as well. Let's get rid of all of this stuff. No. Whoop. And don't need any of the internal stuff. Edge, don't need you as well. Edge, don't need you. This one, then this can be deleted. Do I need to clean it up more? Yes, I need to. And let's see. You as well. Delete, yep, there we go. Delete. And here then is again. Did it? And there we go. Okay. This one. Size 0. And there we go. Before we're gonna mess up everything like I'm doing now, we're gonna duplicate this one, get rid of the mirror, and get rid of our main building. Like this, we can keep the Colosseum in. And what I'm doing now is move you over here, rotate 180 degrees. Whoop, 180 degrees. Okay. So a bit more, a bit less. This will work. Okay, this is part shape number 1. Sadly, I deleted the arch. That was not what I'm hoping for, but okay. As well, there is a direct key for this, but okay. Again, I'm not that much used to all the sub keys. Now Andy is online as well. Thought you were working, but okay, that's not a problem at all. Let's there we go. Okay, so then let's do this approach again. Not the cleanest way to do all of this, but okay. There are way better ways to do this, but for now, I don't give a shit. There we go. Control join. Control G. How long will you be streaming? Oh, Andy is reacting. He can't join at the moment, but he has a meeting in a few minutes. I likely will stream for, yeah, till this one is done, so that will not be done within an hour or so. So likely I will be here around for 2 more hours. 1.5 more hours, I guess. 1.5 more. Okay. And whoop. There we go. Now we're gonna line you out. Rotate. Medial. 90 degrees. And then number 1. Okay. This one over here. Hope we're gonna do this. We need that intermediate part, so that will fit in here. Let's line you out and let's line you out. There we go. Then we're gonna move this to around there. And then we only have to model the in-between thingy a bit more. This will do the job. And then means that you have to go inside a bit. Like that. Okay, what will we do here? Let's see. Multiple lines and a dot. Do we have more references here? Here they don't have this box bar, they have just 2 levels. Here they have 2 box bars. What do we have here? A large one and a small one. Let's take this approach. So instead of making 2 here, we can make just 1. And that's, how do we have here? We have 1 setback, then a second setback. So setback number 1, and then setback number 2, setback number 2. Hopefully that will look okay. We're gonna see soon. Oh, something here. Okay, and to get this, I'll shoot myself in the foot and wrap from view. That will save me a lot of time later on. But okay, there we are. And then the only thing we're gonna need is this thing. That will be enough, a bit more maybe, a bit more, and down for like something like that. And now we're gonna see if the magic is gonna work. Where are you? You are located now there. You are located now at the center point. Need to rotate you. the other 90 degrees. Now position you well. Oh. Okay. Okay. And that's enough. Okay. Let's see if the magic works. Let's line you out here. And give you some modifiers. What do we have here? Oh, that's the armature. We don't need it anymore now. We need the array. And we need it in the other direction. So not here, but we're gonna need it there. Let's see what we need. Yes, like that. And then we need to deform along a curve. And we need the Bezier curve. Yeah, then it's a matter of getting this thing positioned right. Yes, there we go. Rotate minus 90 degrees. There we have it. And position it well. Yeah, this is Blender magic. This is where modifiers become useful. Like that one. And then it should be lined out perfectly here as well. Not entirely, but we can fix that. Yeah, put yes. This one is wow. Okay, this is not what I expected here. That it was that great. Okay, let's do it like that. This one need to be fixed manually, and then do this thing as well manually. Then and let's scale you up to there. A bit wider will help for that second part, yes. But I can't change the curve that much here. And that neither not in this part, because this one needs to overhang within a very small limit, but we can try it out with fixing the curve over here. That's a good one. No, that will mess it up there. Let's not put that much time in it. Because this one... Oh, that's the thing. Yes, okay. Dissolve the edge on all of these. Dissolve edge and don't bother about the triangles. They will fix themselves with the triangle modifier. Okay. Like that. Like this. This one is fine. This one needs to be in a little bit. Then this one as well. This one goes there. This one goes around here. And these ones work all fine. Perfect. So we have our basic shape. We're gonna need to add a few more things to our shape. And the first thing I want to change is to not make it that much overhang because it's a relative flat outside part for the building. That's better. Yes, and then what I need to add is, let's put you off for a second, else it will entirely flip. Yes, is to this one is better. GX Shifty GX. That's not much. Yes, select inverse and delete all of this. Okay. Rotate this one as well. And now position you right. And then we have to adjust the modifier that a bit because this one will change the size. Yep, this inwards to its side, so it's yep, so it's there. What is oh, seriously? Oh yeah, I'm looking at the wrong side. Wow. Okay, my mistake. I was looking from the wrong side, but as well. Yes. Now we're gonna merge it together and then put them on again. So yeah, now we need to adjust the array value. Yeah, somewhere from till it meets up. Then 9.2 will 8.8 will maybe do it already. Yes, 8.8 will do it. Not completely. Was 8.9 better than 8.9 is better. 8.9 is better. There we go. Do you guys think we need something there as well? That we need a second layer of columns? I will put it in, and if you guys give your opinion, we can make a final decision if you're gonna need a second layer of pillars. And if you take second week, I will add a little block over there. But let's first check this out. So, like this or like the first version? Just let me know, and I will see it popping up in the comments in my screen, so I can directly make the decision together with you. But with this being done, almost done, we can move on to part number 2. But first we need to, we can take this, is making the background of the arch, so you can't look through the building like this. Also need to do it for these ones. Just add in the blank version. So there we go. Do we need a special ending? We have a small tower in this version. We have an entrance in this one, but this is not the good one. What do we have more? We have also a thingy in here. This one will be in part number 2. This one will be in part number 2. What do you have? Yeah, there should be a gate in there. So we're gonna make a gate. But let me know your idea about this thingy, guys. Else I have no idea what you like more. Yeah, just one thing, so I can work further on the gate. We're gonna check one other thing, just for recon. Recon is the one who made the all the triggers for our Capua, no idea how you call it, but okay, how you pronounce it, Capua city. So the other region, I can load it so that, but I need to check one thing first, and that is to put in an eQuests. Then you guys see also the non-gate version. Here it is. Same animation as the Lancer, as far as I know. That saved us a lot of time. Lancer, yeah, it's almost the same animation. But now you can also see the difference we take inside the detail of the textures. If you look at the eye here and look at this one, but also look at these plumes on top, and then yeah, this black border and the sharpness of this of the rope. So yeah, that's basically thanks to Chaos making these awesome textures for us and making the units, hopefully, units you love. So what I needed it for is for Recon's trigger system. And what could be a funny idea is if a few Equus guys can run inside the Maximus, and it seems like it's gonna fit in here because this building has around the same open space. It has the same open space as a Spartan arena, and the Equus fits inside this one. We can modify our view mode for a bit. That will help to get better idea of this thing that's inside here. No, it's not inside there. It is camera editor. Is it disabled? Camera editor? Oh, it's disabled. Then I can't show you guys. No, I can't. That means that we have to... but it will fit. It will. The circle will be small, but okay. Let's hope the horses will not slip. Yeah, so that's that Nova. That's credits to Chaos making these plumes and the details of the plumes. Podifine, to the real life. Yeah, but the problem with the Maximus is that there is no accurate reference for it. There is basically, it is completely gone. So what I talked about it in the previous stream, and now I'm basically following this approach without a roof, but there's also this one, which has a roof. Here you see this thingy somewhere in the middle. Here this is a completely wrong one, but also slightly in the middle. In here it is more towards this side. Here you have some basic towers, and other ones you have more detailed ones, so there is basically nothing to say about it. Here you have a tower, so being on top of the middle part. On this one you have a more like a triumph arch entrance, so we can get any approach we want because there is no accurate information about this building. there are way more accurate things about the Colosseum than on this one. Also, now you're talking about pictures on primary school. Let's show you one thing. And I guess most of you have no idea that it's true, but okay. Um, Roman statue. Because you likely know the statues of Romans like this. Beautiful marmor buildings or statues, but almost all of these ones are not accurate. Because how they look like was like this. Basically, all the Roman statues were painted, or most of them were painted. And not just like this marmor thingy. Same for columns and arches. A lot of stuff was painted, but basically the paint was the first thing that got off the statues, so people don't recognize statues as being painted. So every game which represents the Romans or the Greeks, they represent them as being white marble statues, because else people don't recognize them as being Roman or uh, Greek statues. And I'm sure that also counts for statues of other civilizations. We know it for sure about the Chinese. The Chinese also painted them, but they are basically, there it is inside the concept of the Chinese that it's painted, but in the Romans it's neglected for some way. But okay, let's build our gate. Yes, how are we going to do this? Da, da, da. Yeah. Let's save this thing as well before I completely forget. Save as let's save on desktop, and let's call it the Maximus because it is the Maximus. So to make this thing, I'm not gonna make it from scratch again. So let's do it the easy way around. Let's open the capital buildings, capital, and then Capitoline Wolf, Pantheon, Aqueduct, Triumph Hall, Arch? Yes, ha ha ha, there it is. Downloads, and let's drag this one in. And let's use this arch to give shape to our entrance. Horsehair, horse mane, yeah, mane. When you say that word, I'm thinking about lions, but okay. At least on helmets, you call them plumes. So I call them as well here. But for all the accurate naming, you need to be with Andy. Andy is our historical mastermind. I'm just making stuff and making fun of stuff, and Andy is being our accurate guy. He also laid out together with P a lot of the storyline about the quests, but also about uh, also about the civilization itself. Hey, where is my Triumph Hall? we're gonna leave them white. We're not gonna change that. Oh wow. No, we're gonna leave them as they are. So in our version they are like this. Here. Statue of Mars. This is the approach we have for the Romans, and that will be the approach we will go all the way. So no, we're not gonna paint them. Simply um, due to what all other games do, it is that much adapted in our minds that they are white or that they are marble or maybe granite. It is basically impossible to paint them. Simply because people will not recognize them as being Roman buildings. And that is the thing we are making. We are going to make Roman buildings. So we need to be non-accurate to be accurate to what people believe. Ribbon, horsehair as being. I know what you guys are all searching on Google now, but let me know when you have found the right thing to call it. So we're gonna copy some parts of this building, not the complete thing because it isn't building on its own. So we're gonna leave the top part, but we're gonna copy this thingy here, and then we're gonna modify it to our gate. This one can be copied as well. Here, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. We're also gonna rotate the columns because here they are inwards. We're gonna make them outwards. Oh, don't bother talking about them. Just have fun. Come on. As long as you can keep 1.5 hours talking about horsemen, I'm okay with it. Because then you're sitting through the entire stream. Which is, in some cases is already worth an applause. So this one... Oh, not the best thing to copy here. Let's get rid of all these thingies here. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. I like that. Oh, what happened here? Was that already inside? Now I need to check. No, I don't need to check. I'm gonna make them again. I don't need to do everything copy paste of existing buildings. We can make stuff on our own. It's okay. Not that big of a deal. And Lucas is basically doing this, that, doing it 2 times here to just make it a bit different, and do it here as well. So that was not that much of a deal. There we go. Put this one slightly in like that. And again, we're not gonna make this as detailed as the as a triumph arch, because that one is a building on its own. This one is just part of a building, and it will be smaller than the arch, or at least we can check that as well. We can open it in the game. GX Q doesn't Q work. Q doesn't work. Slightly likely we will always already stick with what we have here. Yeah, what I must put. Let's check that in game. Wow, let's check that in game. The Triumph Arch should be on the Romans capital. Yeah, it's like this one is maybe twice as big as what the version for this building will be. So yeah, we can go less detailed. No. Let's take a look at this guy. Okay, time to modify our buildings then. Yep, let's Shift D and apply all of you and then duplicate it. Like that. So here we have Capua, and the animation that was referring to is what Recon has set here. So 3 horses are running into an 8 pattern, like that. And such a same thing can be set for our theater. Oh, and these ones will run around. Here we have a kind of arena thing, very nicely made by Recon. Then what do we have more? Small camera there. Yeah, the bridge. So we have to find a kind of approach we're gonna make with these bridge parts. We like them a lot for the Roman civilization, but it's just a cover up, because when I delete them, you basically have a cliff. So you can't destroy them with units. You can't build them with units. They are in or they are not in, and they work as a bridge, and a ship cannot cross the bridge. Also, not that weird when a bridge is like this without a passage, but okay. That was the thing. And a fun one over here, but I will not explain this one because it's very nicely done. But let's keep it a secret. Did Andy arrive? That Andy arrived, but Andy was. I guess he will be there. Oh, he wants to jump in. Let's see if we can make that working. Let's try something out, guys. And put it on Be Right Back. And let's call Andy in. Let's do it like this. See if he doesn't react here, or at least he gets it up. Oh, he's typing. Let's see what he's done. Okay, and you will call. That's not a problem at all. That means that I can. Then I need you guys to tell me something, because I'm gonna put this one on as well, my second audio. And then when Andy is calling in, I need you to know if you can hear Andy well, or that you guys hear an echo coming in, because that's damn annoying. Okay. So, do you hear me well now, Andy? Andy? Oh, stupid from me. Need to put this one on. Andy, do you hear me now? I don't know if he hears me. Because I don't hear Andy. See how fast he reacts. At least he is talking because I see his green saying that he is talking to me. But I simply can't hear him. And why can't I hear Andy? May join it and then yeah, he is talking to me. But but I don't know why. Oh, now I hear something. There you are, Andy. Good to hear you. I hear you properly. Great. Oh, sure, no problem at all. I hope you guys can tell me if you don't hear an echo in the stream, because that would be annoying. So let's jump straight back into the stream. So, yeah, basically the thing, Andy. Yeah, now try again because he's now. Yeah, he's here, and I can. Can you say something, Andy? Because I have to put you on in Discord, or at least into OBS.
Hey guys.
At least it's showing up now. So let's see what has happened.
Okay, good.
So basically, the first question is, what can you tell me about this Maximus building? How much do you know about this actually? What is known about this building?
How much do I know?
Yeah.
Is that a question from you or from somebody
that's
else?
one from me. They can hear you now, but that's a question that I have because we mentioned this one multiple times, but it's basically a very unknown building for me.
Yeah, so it's a little unknown. There's ruins that are still there. One thing that's unknown, that's open to your interpretation, is the roof. Nobody knows what the roof was, whether it had a roof or it didn't have a roof or what. I mean, I don't think anybody thinks it was completely enclosed, but I just mean the roof that would be over the spectators' heads. So that's, I think if you look online, you'll see all sorts of different versions of it. That's totally unknown. And then in the middle of it is, I saw you were putting. Is that arch going to be in the middle of it, or or is it part of the back of the building, or
yeah, the arch.
Or
You know that I'm gonna make it into two parts. The Maximus, one part with the rounded edge and one with the straight edge. And
yes,
in the rounded one, there is a small entrance.
there is, yeah.
And that's the one I'm gonna make right now, where I copied the arch from the Triumph Arch.
Yeah.
And that one is as well accurate, right or not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's accurate. That's
okay.
Great. And then if you want, you can put little obelisks in the middle of the horses would run around, and in the middle between in the middle of the lap there'd be like statues and obelisks. But I don't know if there's room for that on ours or not, and I don't think
I
it's
have no idea
really
yet.
matter.
Likely I will add them, but then inside the different objects. So you can use this building without them and with them.
There we go.
Because we have already those pillars. We have the pillars of the Vanity set, and we can use them here as well. So we can just place them in there without putting them in the model in Blender.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. That's good. That's good.
So guys, now Andy is in. Come on with all your questions because Andy is our historical mastermind. Yeah, come on, Andy, you are.
Yeah, so somebody has to pretend to be.
You are the guy who just have to help us with all the questions we have. around
Yeah.
Roman development.
Yeah, well, since I can't do Blender and I can't code, I have to do something. So, well, will make me the historical guy.
But I have
But
another question for you. Maybe you can answer.
okay,
Because
what do you
what do
got?
you already know about uh, the campaign? Because it, you started with the first quests, and there's already a few blogs about them. Uh, for what period
Oh,
are you exactly aiming in
oh,
the
okay.
in the quest?
So, the long answer is that we want to ultimately make enough quest lines to cover all the major moments in Roman history. So we're kind of playing the long game, and because we want to make, we want to do Julius Caesar, we want to do Pompey and Crassus, we want to do, we want to invade India, not India, we want to invade Persia, we want to, go all over the world. We want to take it in some type of order. And so because of that, I'd rather start us chronologically back in the sort of the beginning of our Romans, and then and that kind of makes sense for us to do that for the early levels anyway, to cover sort of the
Yeah,
early days of Rome.
yeah, that's the invasion of the Celts, right? That first thing. Oh, and he dropped out. At least I don't see him anymore in my Discord. Let's wait till he turns back. Let's call him again. And then let's see when he joins in again. But I can... Let's call him again then. Let's see when he comes in back. In the meantime, I'm working on this cutoff part here, which, yeah, cuts my building in half so I can easily insert the arch. So let's merge some stuff together. Merge. And then it's first, doesn't matter at all. Here as well, merge center can help. And then set axis.
Are you there?
Yes, I am. You were
I don't
just
know.
out for a second.
Yeah, I don't know. Discord's being weird today.
Okay, but it's fine. You're
I'm
back.
not sure. I'm not sure what you heard last, but essentially, for the campaign, we want to start at the beginning of the Republic, which is really sort of the very beginning of our Romans. So that's going to be 509 BCE, and we're going to try to take that through about 150 years. Am I still on?
Yeah, you're still on.
Okay, good. So we're gonna cover sort of the early days of the Romans, where and that's a kind of a cool thing. So we will leave room to track them chronologically. To some, what my fear is that for some people, they're when they think of the Romans, they don't necessarily have like a perfect historical knowledge of the Romans. I don't expect everybody to,
No,
and
I
so
guess
they're
everyone thinks about them as being the strongest civilization of all time, and
well,
knowing them as being
that's the thing, and that's what I'm afraid of, because when we do this campaign, we're just kind of kicking around Italy, because that's historically accurate. So we're going to kick around Italy for a while, and we're going to essentially the Romans will take over Italy throughout the campaign, and that just sort of leaves open the next step. But we don't want to have Caesar invade Gaul
yeah.
in our level 20 campaign, because that's kind of a waste. We want to have those battles as legendary quests.
Ah,
So we want to we kind of am trying to fit it all in the right way, but I think it'll be fun. And we'll be able to be okay. And the other thing is, I'm not sure how historically accurate people get a sense of the existing campaigns in the game. And that's the nervous thing is, everybody knows Roman history better than they know, say, like ancient Egyptian history or Celtic
yes.
history or even the Greeks. So a lot of people have a lot of high expectations that we're going to cover all these different beats, and we're going to do our best. It's going to be good though.
Oh,
So
I don't doubt about it. I'm sure it will be fine. But yeah, because
yeah,
it's so iconic in history, is that it makes it even more difficult to make something that fits inside the game. Because, for
exactly.
example, the Babylonians, they are not a civilization where we know a lot of things about. Same as maybe for future civilizations, like let's say something about, let's say the Aztecs. There's not a lot of information known about those civilizations.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, and that's kind of that's the cool thing about the Romans, and also it's cool to develop the Romans that way, and it makes it really easy for us because it was by far and away the number one civilization that players wanted. They all, everybody knows the Romans.
Yeah.
There's a lot of love for the Romans. People just want the Romans, and their absence is felt.
Don't
So
forget it,
for
and
us to
we want them to. We wanted them even more than maybe the players
That's right.
when we
That's
found
right.
it
That's
out.
right. But I remember when we first announced it. There's just that euphoria in the chat that we're bringing the Romans, and that's a great thing. It makes it developing it a lot of fun, and it's easy to hype them up, and it's fabulous. But there's a sharp edge to that too, which is the expectations are super high.
Yeah.
We have to deliver what all of these people are expecting they're going to look like, and of course that's impossible because there's competing expectations that differ from each other. But one big takeaway is we may never have that moment again. We may, we could always develop civs. We could get comfortable, in the group that we've got could sit back and say, this is the only game I want to worry about for the rest of my life, and we just want to make civs for it, and I'd be fine with that. I'm on board with that. But we'd still need, let's just assume we have that. Well, I don't know what the next civ could possibly be that would bring that type of hype, and there isn't one. I mean,
True.
That's there certain people will be hyped up if we did the Phoenicians, or if we did the Chinese, or if we did the Scythians, or if we did the Bactrians. There's somebody out there for every civ, but there isn't a civ for everybody like that anymore, and so no matter what, we're gonna have less hype, which is sad for us as developers because the hype is what fuels us.
True.
It's people being excited to see our work is what gets us through working for free. So it's I think the real test would be if we did an 8th civ, and we'd have to find a way to sell it and to make it and to get people excited about it, when we know that at most half of the people will be excited,
true.
it's not going to be like it. It's never going to be the same.
Didn't thought about
so
it like that. That's
we're being spoiled. So I don't know how I got on that, but that's something to think about. It's a reality of
that's a good one.
We're all working for free. We're all throwing hours into a hole, and the only we get our own benefit from it. Just enjoy the enjoyment of the work, and enjoyment of the community and everything. But the Romans, we gotta really nail. Originally, I thought we'd make the Romans second, and because I figured we'd want a dry run on a civ that didn't matter as much.
Serious? Oh wow. Okay.
This was 2 years ago, 3 years. That was sort of my if we could ever make a civ, I was thinking we'd make the Carthaginians first.
But was that before the North generalship was made? Because that was basically the turning point. Okay.
Before you came around, when we were just wondering, could we even repaint a unit and call that
okay.
a new unit? What capabilities do we even have? When we were just sort of, it was a lot. We didn't have anything at that point. And looking back, the North ship blew the doors open, and
okay.
And it was right then that PF2K said, "Okay, now we're making the Romans," and I went with it because he's he's the guy and he knows, and
True.
I said, "All right, fine, let's do it." And that was so much fun too, because it was so much fun searching through all the files and online and tracking down all the developers, all the artists, and finding all their all these little clues of what the Romans were going to be, and then assembling it and trying to reconcile it. Like, that project was so much fun, trying to recreate what their Romans were and finding all the ways that all the ways that didn't fit together and having to kind of whittle the pieces together to make them fit. That was a lot of fun. And then, of course, we have this great luxury of we can blame them if somebody doesn't like something, and so people didn't like the Auxilia camp is
Oh, yeah.
a huge point of contention where people say, why are you putting these are the Romans, why do you have Gallic horsemen, why do you have Balearic slingers? And we get
True.
to just say, well, because the original devs were putting them in, that's why. And that's like the great get out of jail free card,
Yeah.
because it's not our decision, so screw you. That's why we're having officers, that's why we're having we're just doing it their way. And so another test will be when everybody admits there wasn't another civ. We know scraps of a few civs they were working on, but nothing near the
Yeah, that's
Romans
basically
as
just
far
one or
as
two art files, or just one or two concept files. But that's basically all we have from other civilizations.
That's right. So if we chose one of the ones they were working on, we'd still need to create new mechanics and make bigger decisions than we made for the Romans, and then we have to eat that meal. Like, that's us, and someone can come up and say, you are making a terrible decision by doing X, Y, or Z, and they may be. I mean, there's a lot. We don't get to say, well, that was somebody else that made it, and we're just trying to bring that vision to life. Now we're saying, no, it's our vision, and we have to defend it. So we're going to get our asses kicked when we finally make an 8th Civ, because there's going to be people upset with us, but that's the joy of it, I mean, that's the fun thing. It's fun to fight
Being
back.
upset is maybe a bit too harsh to say.
No, right, but there'll be larger opinions.
True. Yeah.
And you can see that some of the decisions the devs made originally, they kind of went in directions where they kind of got to have some freedom to decide. When they chose the Norse, there wasn't much in the way of written history about them. Certainly
No.
not the
True.
Norse themselves. We don't have much that the Norse themselves said about themselves. I'm not sure we have anything. Certainly not for ancient times. We don't have anything from the Germanic people. Like, they weren't writing. We've got Icelandic sagas, but that's not the same time and not quite the same people. So they were able to kind of make shit up, which was very freeing from a design standpoint. They could just kind of make what they wanted, and we just kind of accepted it. But if we went to some other civilizations where there's a lot more known, then there's a real challenge where we don't get to necessarily make things up. We have to take what there was and figure out a way to turn it into Age of Empires Online, which is kind of fun too.
But were the Norse made as being the Norse or as Vikings? Because that's a question I already asked myself. The Norse is not really a civilization, right?
Yeah, the name the Norse is kind of a weird one, and the way that the only way I can reconcile it is that it's a combination between Vikings, which everybody kind of agrees didn't exist until about like 800 CE. So maybe 600 years after our Romans would end. So they didn't quite overlap, but it's a combination of the Vikings and then the Germanic people, and they absolutely existed all during our time, and the Romans went up against them all the time.
Yeah.
And and a lot of people now, my working theory, and I think it's beyond a theory, but my position is that the Germanic people were included in the Norse umbrella when they made the Norse, and we see that in all sorts of places in the game. I think Beoric's himself is a real person, and he was a Germanic chief that fought the Romans.
Oh.
So we've got like a main dude in this civilization that was not a Viking.
Oh wow.
We've got
Okay.
the actual map of the Norse is Denmark and
Yeah. True.
it's Denmark and northern Germany.
Yeah.
Those are not where the Vikings came from. That's where the Germanic people came from. The northern hold itself is located precisely where the German city of Bremen was. The German city of Bremen is an ancient city that the Romans knew about, that's right around where Beorix was hanging out. So to say the Norse are Vikings is a bit simplistic, but
okay.
it's also true because the developers leaned on all of the Norse branding all the Viking branding when they made the Norse. I mean, they were kind of making, they make them look like Vikings. They give them long ships. They do things that look like Vikings. They didn't call them Vikings though, and I don't know how to read into that. In fact, I can't find this online anymore, but I swear to God it was true. There was a stream when the original developers announced the Norse. They announced them in a stream. I remember I was at work. I had to get on my cell phone and run away and watch it. And I remember the first words out of whoever was narrating it was they called them the Norse, but they quickly started referring to them briefly, but as the Old Norse, not like and they were and I'd have to listen to it again because it's like it's like 8 years old, so my memory is going to be a little bit wrong. But I remember that they were like self-conscious about the fact that that the Vikings didn't fit somehow into the game, and they called them the Old Norse, which was like, I don't know. So
but to interrupt you here, I get a confirmation of Spaniard, which says that it's at least called the Old Norse. So that's very right.
Spaniard remembers that. Good.
Spaniard remembers it. Yes. Yep.
Excellent. Well, I'm gonna leave it that way. I have a meeting at the top of the hour. I need to make it. If you're still streaming and I get out of the meeting, colleague.
It's great.
So
just let me know, and then I will call you again.
Awesome, man. All right, take care.
Yeah. Take care. Have fun.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye.
So, guys, it was Andy for a few brief moments. Very nice to hear his point of view about all of this. Some new points for me as well. Didn't know about the Old Norse. Didn't know even about Vikings and the time they came in. So, yeah, that was nice to have someone else coming into the stream for a moment. And also to give you some information about the timeline of the Romans and the high expectations that we have to deal with. And then that high expectations is maybe more something for Andy and P, because they are the guys who have to make all these decisions. And Chaos Eye and Phyllis are just making what they want in the game. So if they want legionaries, we make legionaries. If they want a specific horseman in, we make the horseman. So we can blame them, but in the end, they are the guys who have to make the final cut and have to take the responsibility of the design. So yeah, that's there's more than maybe some of you have in mind. So for the design in the moment, I have part 1 done. Only have to cap it off. And I'm now working on part number 2, which is not that hard. Just need to make one section, cut it off with a simple element. Maybe put in some pillars here. Make a cutout, but okay. Only thing I have to do now is to make this thing in the end line up well. But yeah, civilization making brings in a lot of questions. And one thing maybe Annie didn't mention, but what I was talking about, for the Romans we had a clear idea about where to aim for. So we wanted a civilization completely focused on, or not completely focused, but focused on siege. So a civilization which has a lot of strong siege units like the Onega, but also the Scorpion or Scorpio is his exact name. And that is something that we have to figure out for the next civilization. And the Romans were in the minds of the developers all the time. So they already had in mind that the Romans would become a civilization of siege. And therefore they never made other civilizations stand out that much in using siege materials. And with the Romans, let's call them being made, let's call them finished for now. But with the Romans finished, that means that we have to take another account, and for a new civilization, have to take something into account which is new. But we already have a civilization focused on infantry. That's basically the Norse. We have a civilization focused on being all round. That's the Greek. We have a civilization focused on cavalry, which is the Egyptian civilization. Then we have the Celts also focused on infantry, so we have a duplicate. The Persians, I never played the Persians, but I guess they are also. Are they archer or are they cavalry based? Maybe you guys know that. I doubt. But yeah, for the next civilization, we have to take that into account again. So as Andy already said, that we can't likely please all of you guys. I'm sure that we will please you with any civilization, but all of you guys have preferences. Even I have a preference. P has a preference. All of the members have a preference in their beloved civilization. So yeah, a lot of things to take into account for a new civilization. So the Romans are basically an easy start for us, and the next one will be way, way harder. I see a new question popping up, so when I move these things, I will answer it as well. But as far as I know, the Scorpio was a manned siege unit. Yes. Like a trebuchet. Yes. Will the siege be a standalone unit, or will it be able to be manned by any infantry? No. It will be an all-in-one unit. So the Scorpio, it is this unit. Here we have it. This is our Scorpio, and it is basically like this. But to come back on your notion, Nova, not every siege unit is manned by men in history. You can't have a battering ram without. You can't have this thing on its own with a motor inside. That doesn't exist. You can't have a peloton without a guy manning it. It's basically not possible. So I seem your point is nice, but yeah, basically it's not that important for the Scorpio. It could have been a funny thing, but no, it has no accuracy with the rest of the units. I see also the Spaniard had pasted the. Is this the original stream link? Because that's nice. I will also take a look when the stream is done. Because I'm very interested in what Andy notion there about this civilization of the North. Didn't know they announced it in the stream. So watch out, guys. Maybe we will do it as well. Telling you guys which the next civilization will be in the last Roman development stream. But no idea. I'm not making a promise, and I'm not going to tell you anything about a new civilization before the Romans are completely finished. And released, of course. And let's move this one back to its position. Over there. Oh, BS to go, so thanks for being around. Hope you enjoyed that. Andy came in for a moment. Hope you all liked it. Hope to do it more often, to just get someone from the development team in to just talk about stuff differently than the keys that I'm constantly hitting F or join or whatever, and make the streams also a bit more interactive with other devs. Okay. Okay, but still, thanks Spaniard, that will already mention, at least be something I will check out. This one down, and make the first cutout. So yeah, maybe next time we will have Phil in, or maybe P likes to join another time. Oh, I will put up my mic for now, of my volume. Yes, like this. And now make the cutouts. But yeah, now you also know that the Romans were basically civilization which was in the making for a very long time. And the concept art was already there before they started on even the last civilizations which are in the game right now. So the Romans are really a big thing. Also for the old developers it was something on the planning, but the Romans were just extremely big. We cut them down to slightly smaller civilizations without that many units, because they had around 4 ships, 4 battleships. They had what did they had more? They had a few more cavalry units. It was basically insane how many units were in there. Yeah, this will be fine. Oh, we need to line it out. This space better. This one. These ones as well. Here we go. And then I need these ones too. So yeah, also a warning from Andy about future civilizations and your expectations. And we as well expect the best from what P comes up for the next civilization, but yeah, it is also something we have no idea about at the moment. But yeah, we are thinking about it. Do we want to make a new one? Where we want to focus it on, and what everyone wants in, but also what fits with the timeline. So yeah, a lot of things we need to take into account, but that's part of the job. and part of the fun for us. So almost done with the Maximus. Now I only need to do this thingy here and the tower. Oh, I have to go. The bell is ringing, so I will be back in a few minutes. Yes, I'm back. I'm back. That was the neighbor asking for the keys of our uh yeah, how do you call such a thing? Blah. I have no idea how you call it, but the thing that you put behind your car to just bring some stuff from one place to another. I should know the name, but I completely forgot it. Okay. I see something else popping up. Let's see what you guys have told. Let's put on the stream again. There we go. Hard decision to make Romans were literally huge. Much to tell, so many differences, so many gods. God, not a big thing. Taking over the Greek once later on. Trailer things. Wow. Trailer. Yeah, sorry guys. That was something stupid. But okay. Um, is it true the original devs had plans for a Bronze Age China Civ? No idea. It was rumored in the circles. Oh, no idea. That's new to me, Born. Never. No idea. Maybe Andy knows it. No, not the song. La 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 la. Trailer. La 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 la. Nice description. Yeah, I know. Sorry. That's my mind just being completely stupid after so many days of being at home doing nothing. And of course, that English is not my primary language, but still. I should know that. But let's finish this thing up. And make this stream coming to an end. So what do we need? We need the intermediate part. We need 2 towers. And what we see here is a kind of arch galley with a small roof on top, some kind of baluster there. We're not gonna, it is round here, but I guess I will go for a straight shape to just make a bigger contrast between part 1 and part 2. So we don't need this thingy there, that thing we can delete. We don't need this arch in between because we're gonna work with the smaller ones. And then we don't need these. We don't need, oh, okay, that's new. We don't need you to be this big. Okay. Then we don't need you entirely. You can go. Then this thing can be deleted. There we go. And pillars I will copy from the other file. Don't need this one. And then I see that you guys are talking about more about this thing. Thinking further on, that would be take the elephants from the Egyptians as a special unit. La 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 la. Oh, did you also know that because you're talking now about elephants, that the wood gather elephant was made as being a Babylonian unit. The wood gather elephant, which is this awesome unit, is it wood? Yeah, wood elephant, here it is. This unit, and I love it a lot. It's with this awesome animations, just bumping on trees, filling its car with wood, and then bringing in massive amounts of wood to your storehouses. Love this unit. It was made as a Babylonian unit. So no, elephants were not just limited to the Egyptians. No, just a side note. Also, the Egyptians were not the only civilization using elephants. Also, the Carthaginians used them a lot. Then later on, earlier even, the Indians used them. I'm not sure if there are other civilizations which did familiar use them, but yeah, not only the Egyptians in that sense. There we go. Okay. I get rid of you again. Let's first get the overall shape done. Like this. And then scale them up. And then scale them up. Scale them up Z-axis. No. What is... going on with you guys here? What is this? Oh, that's a duplicate. That is the duplicate. Okay. Here we go, this one. Weird thing. Okay, and then let's rotate this guy 180 degrees so it's back in view again. Okay. La 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 da, 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 this is it. And Persian is a more iconic unit in models, yep. But I find it a bit weird that a classic elephant civ in fact has no elephants. thing further on, that would be the elephant from the Egyptian special unit. I mean, maybe it's necessary, but I find it a bit weird that a classic elephant civ in fact has no elephants. And then you refer to as a classic civilization without elephants. I likely missed something, but now yeah, I'm curious. In fact, the Egyptians had been used war elephants, but they are not a very cool unit since African elephants are very wild and practically untamable, but with no complaints about it. This is basically where we need Andy to answer these questions, his expertise. Oh, that's something else. Yeah, the Persian. Oh, no, the Persians used them as well. So it was more an Indian thing. But yeah, the Persians have their immortals as their iconic unit. But yeah, it is sometimes a bit harsh to fight those units, because when we look into the old files, then basically all the stuff we're seeing inside the game are in some way linked to the Romans. Because, for example, when you take the ability for the Norse to build houses with their, or build stuff with their infantry units, was a part of the Romans. The fact that we have more, yeah, there was more. What was there as well? I guess the Seer Raven thing was also linked to the Romans. Then the gold mine of the the gold mine of the Celts is based on the gardens of the Babylonians, and the gardens of the Babylonians are a reinterpretation of the Roman plantations, which were designed to get an instant income of gold or something. So yeah, that's again something which was made for the Romans and redesigned for another civilization. And I'm sure that when we think about it a little bit more, then also some units will be copied from the Roman civilization and translated into a new unit. So yeah, there's where the Romans are that extremely huge in the development, and why we had to cut down the civilization into a usable thing. But yeah, that also explains the task where Andy and P are working against such a huge amount of information, such a huge amount of designs, concepts, principles, civilization, characteristics, etc. And it's going as far as inside the milestones, the text, the quest givers, what Andy mentioned about Borix. So yeah, I just see the top of the iceberg when I'm designing stuff, and Andy and P have to do all the stuff that is not visible for Chaos P or Chaos Pillars and I. So we are down to the last section. Again, I'm now copying in or arraying this thing. I likely need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's put in counter section, Shift D, Shift D, GX, scale x-axis -1, GX back into place. And there he is, okay. That's what I needed. Then I need to delete this stuff. And then copy this guy, scale x -1. Da, 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 da. You guys know that Age of Empires 1 was way before Age of Technology? Yeah, of course. Makes sense since the Romans were the first big establishment culture, which most impacts until nowadays. True. But Nova, you have to take into account that the Romans were not just a civilization which were good in inventing stuff. The Romans were also a civilization very good in duplicating stuff. They took a lot and a lot of technology from the Greek, and the Greek, on the other hand, took a lot of knowledge from the Egyptians. So saying that we took the most from the Romans is true, but needs yeah, it needs a counter argument. It can't be said that easily that the Romans are more important than any other civilization. But there are some funny things because, for example, the naming of units in the game, like mercenaries, mercenaries are called after the Greek or after the Roman god Mercury. So calling units from Greek mercenaries is a bit odd. Also, that we use calendars all over the world with different religions are all linked to the new Roman calendar. So yeah, that is. We also can't deny that the Romans are of very, very important value for the modern time. Let's move this thing into place and then we can almost finish the building. Need to make the towers in between there, so that's up for modeling, but what I need to do now is making the baluster, and therefore we're gonna copy this thing multiple times. Oh, that's an interesting thought. But saying that every unit is unique is maybe a bit off, but the look of every unit is different. Because in Age of Empires 1, 2 and also 3, I guess, and the mods that are being developed for these games, they use also a lot of existing units and just give them new stats. But currently we are also working together with the other Age of Empires games, not working together as in making content together, but Kevin was that nice to just share the converters and share the Blender knowledge to just give those guys the option to also make new units. And to take the same approach as we are doing, with giving them new textures and yeah, making complete new units. True. True, Nova. And that's basically, again, the in-between part. Then it's time to only make the towers. Do we have some nice inspiration for the towers? They look quite normal. Yeah. There is the option that we copy the fortified towers, but okay. There is the option to just copy, what do you have here? An empty spot. That we copy the fortified tower, that we copy this guy and place it at his corners. Let's check that's how that fits in. What do you said also the towers you could use the fortified towers, the 4 towers. Yeah. I guess we were at the same time, but just due to the delay, your one shows up later than mine. But yeah, I guess it fits in with it. Let's basically check the concept is, yeah. I guess I will do that and copy that building. But I should not forget this thingy that needs to be in. And that's what we're gonna do now. We still have half an hour left because then I have to wrap up and then maybe start making dinner, etc. Oh, see, there's a small mistake in here. Need to fix it as well inside one of the buildings. It's not in here. Means that I have to fix this one. Oh, that's not what I hoped for. But I already can say that this stream goes way smoother than the previous one. There we go. So let's get rid of this section of that one, but set it's linked, so that means that we have to do this one. Or can we do it with Q? No, the loop is not loops. So this is where we are now. Towers will be copied from the fortified tower, and I will only make a new section in between here. So that's what I'm going to do now. That thingy could be thought, since it needs that little something to make it, how you call it, potential. This is basically how I talk. Doing this thingy to that root, that thingy to reach kind of thingy like this thing. So join the club. Maybe some statues above the main entrance. Good one. Good one. We'll try that out. I like that approach, so let's see if we can do something with it. First of all, let's make a hole in here. Faces, let's get rid of these ones as well. And I'm not gonna go all the way with this intermediate building because it's relatively small. So I will keep in this to get the same kind of main shape. Thanks, Nova, and at least I learned you something. So let's copy this thingy to here. Rotate it 90 degrees. And we're gonna copy the roof, or part of the roof. Let's see. One extension, some arches. Let's do those arches first. Luckily we have here food baskets. With details we can go all the way, but before I will do them, I will test how big this building really is. Because I have to, in some way, limit myself with the amount of polys and verticals, triangles, etc. Because if I don't, then we go all the way and crash the game. That's what basically happened last stream, where I went way too far, or where I accidentally went way too far with the third part and ended up with a bugged file. This will do it. Keep it as simple as it can be, else we will do too much. And there we go. Then this one. So it overlaps like this. And then I want it to have the same height as this thing. And as well. Here and also this one. And let's move it down. So there. Let's extend this one in a little bit, because then we go up into a blank space. Like this. We're not gonna make an interior. Looks fine. Copy these. Shift D. And then link them together. Where are you here? F L A Z. Oh, the horse maze is a new thing. We found something. But if that leads to more use of the equus, then I'm happy. So I'm completely not against this new Age of Empires online term. Let's wrap this last part up. And then these ones. This one. And where are you connected? This one. Yes. There we go. Then basically only the roof is over. And make here the blank thing is again. AZ. Make this blank background. Move this one in for a bit like that. There we go. Let's give it a little bit more profile, but we're gonna do that with these guys. First of all, we need them on every corner. Whoop. And then, oh, that's a bit too much. There we go. Copy it. So where it needs to be. See, I made a slight mistake, but that will be fixable. Whoop. So thanks to let me know that this looks fine. Always good to hear that you guys like what we are making for you. Then what I wanted was this thing sticking out a bit so that we will locate the roof. No, this is fine. So let's put on the roof. I will look at making a kind of statue on here, but that was something I will discuss with Andy and P. Yeah, that's a good one. Why should verticals break the performance? Can I duplicate it inside the game? Let's see. Because that is a good one, and I'd like to share it with you guys. Oh, just new, that's better. File new. Generate blank. Yes. I have my zoom on, so that works as well. I need a specific tree because that one has the bug as well. And it's this one, density up. And then clumsiness up. Yes. And then brush size as large as possible. And then I hope I can duplicate it. Yes, here we go. We have it. And it's this one here. And it's the combination of this view together with this view. And when the verticals are too high, it will get between the level of this and this. And especially this level of zooming is around the same zoom distance as which is in game. So that means that when a unit or building is inside your view and has too many verticals, it will constantly swap between this and this. And that will give you kind of flickering unit where the shadows constantly turn off and turn on. And that is basically something we want to avoid. For this tree, it's even worse that when you zoom out to where it completely disappears. But that's something you guys cannot duplicate because this is the view that only devs have. I can change it in my settings to give myself more zoom distance, so I can also zoom in further than you guys can do in the editor, and I can zoom out further than you guys can, which is basically needed to design quests and needed to design regions. So I hope that answers your question. And details are rendered game actions, but the main city is also a quest. It sounds a bit weird, but your main city behaves slightly the same as a normal region, and a normal region shares also the same files as a quest. So it's not that easy to just make a difference between the files. They share a lot of things. They share a lot of code, and that gives them the same bugs. Hope that answers it. And else, just ask it again, and I will try to answer it in more detail. But with this thing done, we are almost finished. So that was clear for you guys. That's nice. And we had this problem a lot with the Roman store that we made inside the first Roman development stream, which was a little bit too much. And I can show you guys as well that building again. So the first building we made during the stream was the Roman store, Roman basic store, was it? Basic store. And then we have these new ones. So there's these ones, and they are way smaller than the other ones, than the first one. And I hope this. Did we delete it out of the files? I guess we did. 1, 2, kappa, 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 WU. WU is Well of Earth, so that's a quest pack. No, I guess it's not inside the files anymore. But that one was bringing the same as these trees, completely swapping between shadows on and shadows off. So some of you guys also play without shadows. Mainly people within PvP play without shadows to increase their performance. And as far as I know, most PvE players don't do it. They just play with the shadows on, because their speed is not that important as in player versus player. And yeah, if we then give you so if you play without shadows, you don't see a problem at all with these buildings, but we just want to prevent that bugs completely, so they don't crash your game, but that they screw up your gameplay. Yes. Let's import another building. And let's import the palace. But did you guys work on the Roman music? Oh, that is a nice question. That is nice. As far as I know, P looked inside music files. I have no idea what his progress is about the music files. I have no idea. I should ask him. But yeah, we will work on new Roman music, but I don't know what the status is. I don't know. but I can tell you for sure that the Romans will have the Rome music set. Oh, Imperial, no. Is it starting building then? Oh, this palace, wow, palace. Downloads, palace. In between, grab something to drink. Also, this my throat becomes too dry. There we go. And then import it. And this building. File import fbx. Because I need to reshape it a little bit when the stream is over and it's imported into the game. Because the proportions are a bit off now because I imported the entrance inside the circular side of the, so I put this gate, so that's skills of the building inside one axis. Oh, I remember talking with Andy while the Halloween event was on that he couldn't tell me nothing. That he couldn't tell me nothing about Roman music. Is that a thing that he can't tell you, or he can't tell you about it? Because the only thing that I know about it is that P is looking into it, and he really wants to make, or really not specifically want to make, but he wants to have a different music set for the Romans. I guess that Andy said that because we don't know if we will be able to make a good set. Again, we will do everything that we can to make it, but we don't know if we can make something on our own. And since we do this all voluntarily, so we don't pay people from the outside to make stuff for us, we can simply ask someone to make a music set for us. Someone professional to make it. A different relation with Andy is a bit too much, but yeah. In the end, when we all work on this, then you become good friends, that's for sure. You also sometimes have some anger toward each other. You don't always think someone is making the right decision, but in the end, you're just friends. So yeah, that will work out. But again, we try to stay as much in touch with you guys to not turn into a development team which is operating on its own without listening to you guys and without being in touch. We just like to talk to you guys and discuss what we are doing, etc. But yeah, I know what you mean. That's true. So you see me doing streams to just stay in touch. Andy sometimes is being around, now joins the chat. B is there sometimes during, how do you call them, the tournaments. We haven't seen Chaos online, but maybe he likes to join one time. Maybe when Phil has time, he can take on the stream himself, or likes to join the stream to talk about his animations and what he is doing for us, which is also amazing. You don't see Redek as much because he's doing a lot of work, putting a lot of time in the game. But due to that, doesn't have that much time to just interact with you guys. Then you have Kevin, or for you guys known as Kevsoft, which is around now and then. Sometimes joins the streams in chat. Do we have other well-known devs? We have, yeah, of course, Wout, being more like a moderator. You guys see Geek and Wartai on the forum. Jill is on the forum a lot of times. Jill is doing a lot of quest packs. That's a funny story. I just started with Jill a long time ago with the Norse quest pack, and he was that enthusiastic when it was finished that he just turned in straight into a new quest pack, and now he's our main guy developing quests. So that's great to see how some new guys are coming in and then finding their place inside the team and focusing on the thing that they like to do the much. They like to do the much. So yeah, that's where Jill came in. I just came in brutally by just sending Kevin some pictures of SCN maps I made, and I was just saying I like to do quest packs. These are my maps, and please discuss them in your team and let me know if you like them. And that turned out well, so that's when I joined the team. Chaos joined the team when he sent some great images about his Blender skills. Then Phyllis, I don't know how Phyllis joined. I guess B. I guess B invited him. If you don't know something, it's always B. And with P, I mean PF2K. For the guys who don't know who I mean with B. Because I never call PF2K with his name. I always call him P. But then I also have to come up with a name for Phil. Yeah, it's Phil. It's not Phyllis, it's Phil. Because I can't call him P as well. So now we are at the end. Just finishing the last spots of this building. Making the baluster here. And I'm sure that I forgot a lot of people to mention as being important devs because the team is getting bigger and bigger, but these were the guys that I worked the most with. Phil, Andy, P, Chaos, Kevin, Phyllis, Jill. Got a lot of help from Geek and Wartai in the beginning when I started the team. Helped me to set up all these files. But yes, here we are. And it's done for now. I will make some small changes, but okay. But this is it for now. Oh, let's test one thing out then, because I like that idea of statue. And it will not take that much time to just try that one out. I know it is on the Triumph Arch of Berlin, the Brandenburger Tor, which has a chariot with 3 horses on it. And such an idea can also be implemented for the Romans. Brandenburger, yeah, that's true. Brandenburger Tor. Tor thing. And such a thing can also be implemented with this, but then maybe without carriage, but with the same kind of approach. So don't forget that we have the towers on the sides, but we can have something like this. Maybe we can have 2 horses and the towers. But yes, I will look into the statues because I like the idea. Then I will delete all the non-used buildings for now, and then taking together with you guys a last overview of what we did today, and take another view inside Rome to see where this building will be located. What is this? Oh. So, a small overview of the building. Let's check it out now. So here we have it. The towers will come in again, but okay. So we have the Maximus in 2 parts later on, split it off. And with on one side the circular entrance, small gate. Here the normal gate with statues on it. Towers will come in. Here the section for the emperors. In the middle there will be some pillars, but we have the vanity set. So some bushes, maybe a pillar. And then we will look at recon to make a cool animation in between. So maybe some running horses or some battling legionnaires, maybe a gladiator. No idea if we make it, but okay. Maybe a chariot or for different civilization battling against another chariot. Maybe the chariot of the Primus Pilus. So yeah, high potential in triggering systems. Maybe we can add some bones on all these stairs and put in some cheering villagers to just cheer when the horse is running around, for example. Yeah, so that's it. That's the building. Now let's take a last look inside Rome before we quit the stream. So when you have questions, then just ask them now, because else the stream will be over. Load scenarios, no. Regions, Celeste. Romans, we can also take a small look at army camp. Where we take this approach of the standard Roman camp with these simple patterns. We reduce it to some few tents, but every Roman camp has a clear setup, which they copy to every other civilization, to every other battle camp. Again, the stairs in now well textured, so we hope to make use of them. And then Rome, regions, Celeste Rome, Shed Rome. There we go. So here the palace, 3 sections. Maximus will be located here. Maybe a little bit more space if we have it there. And then we have few parts to do inside Rome. And that is to make, let me check, this section. So the forum, where we will put multiple statues. Yeah, make this terrain here maybe a garden or something. Or having a shop for a forum with multiple shops in here. So now we have only these ones, these 2. But yeah, you can put them together inside a nice configuration. So basic stores. That's an idea we had during the making of these stores, that you can, let's put a couple of them in. You can make kind of bigger square out of this. So let's do it like that. Then this one can be located here. And then let's keep this simple for now. Then we can put in a well. Always nice. Maybe some cypress trees. That was cypress. So you can do something like this. Up. Some villages. Villager. Let's put them in. Some female villages. There we go. And you can put them behind the shops or inside the shops. They're just walking around. So yeah, you can make some cool stuff out of these stores. So that will maybe be here, or it will be located here. But also this part will house the Pantheon, and maybe also some military facilities, so like barracks and auxilia camps. And then we have complete Rome designed. So Rome is pretty far done. Just some small spots left, some nice triggers, etc. I see another question, so let's answer that as well. By the way, statues are gonna design them from scratch. Yeah, we designed Jupiter, Apollo. We all designed them from scratch. That's rope cap deco, arrow cap deco. Oh, and it's 5 o'clock, so that my cat is running around again and asking for food. Oh, it's row cap ape gods. Ape gods. So yeah, all these statues we designed from scratch. We didn't have any concept art of them, so they took some time, but yeah, in the end, we think they ended up well. Then the last ones, by the way, it's answered. So later on, players can place them in their own city. Yes, they will be buyable inside Vanity Island, so you can place them in your own city, together with the Centurion statue. Centurion. Oh. Arrow Captain. Arrow Vanity. Arrow Cap Vanity then? Bush? How is it one called? Vanity Cap AP Arrow. AP Arrow. And then we have the pillars. He's here. So this one will be as well will be buyable inside the Infinity Island. So yeah, a lot of things to decorate your Roman cities with. So thanks B, that helped for searching this unit. So, oh, here you saw it again. Here you go. This flickering. Again, you guys will not be able to look at the city in this view, but we can, and here they vanish completely. Now they work fine. No problem at all, but when we have it in a specific part of our viewport, this stuff will happen. Bit weird that it happens to the bushes because they are not that high in poly. Hope you see this well, Peeve. Maybe you can take a look at it, but I have no idea why it happens to this thing, but okay. Yeah, you guys will likely be able to just see it in a scale like this. maybe even a little bit less so. We can tell you that you guys will not experience bugs. That will only be something that we can experience. Oh, and then the harbor needs to be in. And I will not spoil the trade dock and the travel port. This will be maybe something cool P can show you guys in a blog. And that's something that Chaos has put time in and which ended up very nicely, so very great. Some ships in, some fishing ships, and then Rome will be finished. So yeah, yeah, next week blog, then the travel port and the other one will be mentioned again. So I will not spoil them. So for the next trip, we will likely finish up the models, import them in the game, see if we can have a kind of texture base for them as well, and then finish up these loose parts of Rome. And then we are heading towards the end of the development of Rome. So it's now stream number 6, and I guess we are going towards stream 8, and then we have Rome done. But we will find something new, so we will stream a little bit more. I like to do it, and I like to show you guys what we are doing and how we are doing it. Maybe Phil likes to stream something about animations, but that's something I will discuss with him. So thanks to you guys for watching, for staying around. And if you have questions, then ask them on the Discord, and I will be glad, together with P, to answer them where possible. So thank you guys for watching, and then I see you guys next week, likely again on Monday, but that depends a little bit on my schedule. But at least I will see you guys soon. Bye bye!